I just felt like sitting on the couch and like doing one.
Why not?
Exactly. That's exactly right, Jules. Why not? What's up, fam? It's Leah here, and today this obviously looks a lot different to what my sets and how I normally set up my videos normally appears in your internet screen. That was weird. Today I decided to do an advice video, and I obviously have no credibility to give advice to people, but I did just feel like sitting down and just drinking a tea with you guys and just kind of no makeup and just talking to you guys, I suppose. I guess it might sound weird, but I have seen a lot of like YouTubers do this, and I really like the whole hardly edited, no makeup, non-scripted, just really chill, just really like communicating with you guys, because I want to continue to grow this channel and I want you guys to feel like you're a part of it with me, because you are the reason why I do it type thing. So I just want to be real with you guys and so you guys can see me in not a different light, because I'm the same always, but just a more relaxed version on the channel, I suppose. Let's just get started. So I've gone to Snapchat for all of these questions that I'm going to be answering. So be sure to have me on Snap. If you don't, it's leahruss. I hardly post on there anymore though, because I feel like Insta stories has taken over my life. Oopsie. If you want to pause the video right now and go up and get some tea to sit and sip tea with me, I would be delighted if you did that with me and tweeted me at Aloha Leah that you're sipping tea with me. I would while you're watching this video, I would adore that. So I found that Snapchat names are really hard to say. So I think I'm just gonna say the questions and you guys will know that they are your questions. So sorry if you guys don't like that. If you would prefer me to say your names, let me know in the comments down below so I can do that next time. But let's just get ahead and do some questions. It might be nicer if they're anonymous anyway. So first question is, do you have any tips on actually finding someone to love instead of just someone to mess around with? Okay, I feel like you can definitely do things to make yourself known that you are only in this to find love and not to fool around and whatever. There's definitely different ways that you can act and portray yourself to not give off that vibe. And then I think through doing that, through being a bit more cautious and holding back from doing certain things, it shows the person that's what you want. And if that's not what they want, then they're just gonna back off completely, because people are just douches like that. Because there has to be a certain amount of respect, I think, in certain circumstances for anything to ever eventuate into love, instead of just messing around. I also think though that you can't go looking for love, and I think that it will just come to you when it does. It's your choice whether you want to fool around while you're waiting for it, or if you want to stand strong and just want to say, nope, I'm just gonna wait for the love of my life. And that's cool if you want to do that too. So definitely just hold yourself and just make it known that all your traits that you're showing to a person isn't going to allure them to, oh, she just wants to mess around, oh, he just wants to mess around type thing. And then you'll kind of just like knock off all the people that want to do that, because as soon as you don't want to mess around, they'll be like, either like, cool, respect, or they'll be like, eh. And the people are the people that you don't need in your life ever. How do you keep trust in a long distance relationship? Look, this is my first and my only long distance relationship, and it's hard for me to talk about my relationship just because it's the first relationship that I've ever been in, and it's like the best thing that's ever happened to me type thing, and it's due to his character that I don't ever feel any lack of trust. I've definitely been in scenarios before where I definitely was very stressed about the other person and what they were going to do when they were away type thing, and I think that if you have that headspace, then it's not the right person to be with, if you know what I mean. Like, if you are scared about trust, then they haven't given you that reassurance, and therefore they probably aren't going to be very loyal to you, and you should back the hell away right now. The reason why I have trust in my relationship is because my boyfriend has given me everything that I need to ever feel reassured, and is always very, very, very reassuring that I am his, he is mine, that's it. And I think that if you do truly have a person like that in your life. You don't even need to question the trust. But when the person just wants to give you that reassurance without even asking it, I think it's just an answer within itself that that person is loyal. I don't think that trust is hard. If you want to be loyal, you will be. If you don't want to be loyal, you won't be. And if you don't want to be loyal, and if you don't feel like your partner is showing you any traits of being loyal, then they're not the right person for you, I don't think. Any advice on dealing with anxiety as a teenager? I still feel like I have a lot of anxiety now, and I'm almost 21. I feel like a lot of my anxiety came towards the last 2 years of my life, maybe not so much as a teenager, but as a whole, I think that stress is a really big factor in that, and I think that school is so stressful, and your groups of people that you're around, and every factor like crushes and parties and studying and everything to do with school is stressful. And everything to do about life is stressful too. I don't know the answer on how to deal with anxiety because I still don't know how to do it. Have a cup of tea. Try to relax your mind. So do things that make you happy, I think. When you're getting worked up and stuff like that, it's really important to reach out to the people that you love, to really just take time for yourself. Do something that you love. If you want to read a book, read a book. If you want to do yoga, do yoga. Get out of the house, get your mind off that headspace that you're in. And I think that that's one way that you can kind of help yourself. But in terms of an actual solid answer on how to deal with it, does anyone really know? I live in a small town where vegan options are limited. How would you go about starting vegan but in a limited manner? Like, what is the most important part of veganism? I think the most important part of veganism is having your headspace right, and then everything else kind of falls together. It's the same thing with most things. Once you get the one core thing, then everything else will just work, and you'll make it work because you want to make it work. So I think once you're in that headspace that you don't want to put anything in harm ever, that you don't want to be a part of this hierarchy of abuse and all the other crap that comes along with the meat industry. I think that once you're thinking really strongly that I'm not going to be part of that, you won't be a part of that. It's really easy to eat vegan in a limited quantity. When I went vegan, I was in a small town. Or when I went vegetarian, I was in a small town too. It's really easy to make vegan food out of fruits and vegetables and spices. So easy. Get some potatoes, get some curry paste, and some coconut milk and some rice, and you've got a curry. Super delicious, super easy. I think you just got to get used to eating the most purest type of food. So just food from the earth, lots of fruits, lots of veggies, and your taste buds will adapt to that. There's nothing that I want more now than a big bowl of potatoes. Like just some steamed potatoes, and I'm happy with that. But that's because there's not one part of my headspace that goes, oh, I really could eat a bit of animal flesh right now. I don't think like that. So I think that once you're in that headspace, then eating limited in a small town will be easy for you because you won't want to do anything else. So one of my friends likes me and I don't like him back, and I want to say something, but I don't want to hurt him or our friendship. What do I do? That's a hard one. I don't deal with turning people down. Just so, I feel so mean. I think the best way, if he has made it known that he likes you and he said to you, hey, I really like you, let's get a coffee or something like that, and you're kind of like, it's just say to him, hey man, I'd be super happy to get a coffee with you, but just letting you know I'm not looking for anything right now, or just something as simple as that. Just say I'm just focusing on myself right now. Depending on what age you are, it's super easy to just move on from crushes. Even though it feels like you can't, things will move on, and if your friendship means a lot to you, for the both of you, he's not going to jeopardize that just because you don't want to go out with him per se. So if he loves your friendship, you love his friendship, then you saying, I really love us being friends, let's continue to do that, that's not going to ruin anything because you guys will realize that the friendship is way bigger than a statement that he has made to you. Have you ever lined up really long for a concert? I don't know if that's an advice video, but I have lined up a very long time for concerts. I think the longest, would have been 24 hours, overnight in the cold, in our sleeping bags, freezing. Yeah, tragic. I know. What advice do you give to someone who is trying to find some new good music, aka me asking for some current faves? Well, you can always watch my monthly music favorites on this channel, which will be up soon. My favorite way of finding new music is to go into the Spotify playlist that they make for you, and what are they called? My daily playlist or something like that, and they give you like lots of different options of songs that they think will cater to what you like, and it's so good, and you always find the coolest stuff in there. That's my favorite way to find new music. How do you deal with the pressure nowadays to be pretty by having the perfect body, perfect face, as it can cause self-esteem issues? This is super hard and something that I definitely feel like I battle with a lot of the time, especially we are now in the age of social media, and it's really cool to have lots of followers and make your life look amazing on Instagram and everything like that. Everyone looks the same. I honestly think that the pressure to be perfect is astronomical nowadays, and I don't know how to cope with it myself. But I can tell you that every single person on Instagram who you think has a perfect life, who looks amazing, perfect body, perfect everything looks sugar-coated perfect. I can 100% tell you that their life isn't perfect, and they aren't feeling perfect all the time, and everything is edited now, as it always has been through magazines. Now half of Instagram is edited too before it even gets posted. But I think that we all need to remember that perfection does not come from the outside. I'm drilling this into myself as well, not just you guys. Perfection comes from within, which is so cliche, but it is so true. And no one else is ever gonna be you. And that's really cool. I think that's perfect in itself. So I would encourage you right now to pause the video and comment what your favorite thing is about yourself, whether it be your eye color, the shape of your ears, your big toe. Let me know down below. Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna stop the video there. That was really nice. I really enjoyed just sitting down like that and just talking to you guys. Hopefully you guys liked the chill sit down as well. Subscribe if you're new here. We put up videos every Thursday here on the Short But Crazy one. Thumbs up if you liked it and you want more like sit down, no makeup type videos. I love you all so much. Thank you for your questions. Hopefully I answered some of yours, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.